I just got back from my annual visit with my dentist, and I wanted to talk about the importance of seeing your dentist on an annual basis. No teeth does not equal no more dentist visits. You still need to see your dentist on an annual basis. It's very important. There's a couple reasons why it's important. First, they're going to check to see how your dentures fit. They're going to use bite strips. So I'm going to use this paper as a demonstration. They're going to use bite strips, and when you bite down on the bite strips, the color from the bite strips transfers to your teeth on your dentures so they can see where your bite points are. So what they'll have you do, I'm going to pretend this is colored bite paper. You'll put it on either side like that and bite down a few times. Then they will take your dentures out and they'll see where that color transferred. So that's very important. That makes sure that everything is going good with your dentures, because they'll check and make sure all of that is fine. And then they will look at your dentures, make sure that they are in good shape. If there's any signs of wear and tear, if there's any signs that the teeth are starting to flatten out and wear, which can cause issues with chewing, they will check to make sure there are no cracks or little things that could be possibly wrong with your dentures. And then they will check your mouth. They will check the tissue, make sure that everything is healthy. They will check for signs of mouth cancer, which is the most critical reason why you still need to see your dentist on an annual basis, because they can look for things that you may not be aware that you should be looking for. You should still be doing mouth checks on a monthly basis just to make sure there are no signs of issues. And if you see anything that's different, you can contact your dentist and go in. But your dentist will check every single inch of your mouth and make sure there are no signs of trauma, no signs of cancer. They'll check your tongue, under your tongue, on your tongue. They'll check your palate. Every inch of your mouth will get checked out by your dentist so that you know that everything is fine. I got a A+ with my dentist visit, which always makes me very happy. My gum tissue is in great shape. She said that it was very healthy, and I asked her, I said, well, for 18 years, is it great? And she said, oh, she goes, it's perfect, absolutely perfect. So that's always good to hear. So I was very happy with that. I have no issues. I was concerned because I had been biting the inside of my right cheek occasionally. I did it up until last week. I had some stress going on in my life. And she said it's very possible that it was the stress that was causing me to bite the inside of my cheek, because I haven't done it since I made the appointment, of course, because that's the way that it always happens. But I was due for an annual visit. I saw my dentist last August, so I was right on track for my annual visits. I was going to make an appointment for next month, but I kind of pushed the timetable up because I was just a little concerned. Everything's great. When I did the bite test, everything was perfect. There were no issues with that, and there's no trauma on the inside of my cheeks, and everything is fine. She was very happy with how my gums look. She said the tissue is beautiful, and I had very, very little bone loss. She was very happy with how my gums are, so everything is good. No adhesive on my dentures currently because I had to go in with no adhesive. That meant that last night I slept without my dentures in. Was not the most pleasant experience because without my dentures in, I do suffer from sleep apnea caused by lack of teeth. So it wasn't the most comfortable thing, but it wasn't terrible. And then when I woke up, I had to put my dentures in without adhesive, because you can't go into your dentist visit with adhesive on your dentures because it takes time to remove the adhesive, and that's time that wastes with your appointment. So you do have to either bring your dentures in if they don't fit well enough to stay in without adhesive, or just go in without adhesive when you see your dentist. But everything is great. She said all is well, tissue is beautiful, mouth is perfect. So A+ for me, and I don't have to see her again until next year. I will probably see her maybe around May or June, because I've had these dentures since April of 2021. My insurance allows me to replace my dentures every 5 years, which will be next April. And while they don't do dentures with Ivoclar, which is the Ivotion dentures. I have the monolithic milled dentures, which these are just one solid piece of material, and then the teeth are put it, with the colors put in. The teeth are etched in. They're just, everything's done by a machine, and these are not individually bonded in teeth. This is just one solid pocket material. They don't work with Ivotion anymore, but they do work with another lab that does monolithic dentures. So I'm very happy with that information because I like my monolithic dentures. I think that they fit well. They're 3D technology, so they did a scan of my mouth, and I'm just really pleased with those dentures. So I like the monolithic denture over the individually bonded in teeth dentures. So I'm glad to know that they're working with a lab that does that. So when I go in, I'll still be able to get monolithic dentures, which I was a little when they said that they don't work with Ivotion, but then she said that they do work with a company that does the monolithic dentures. So I was like, that's great. That is awesome, because that's the kind of denture that I like, having had the traditional denture with my teeth individually bonded in, and then these, I can see the difference, and I really do prefer this type of denture over the one that I had before. So next year I will most likely get new dentures. My insurance covers 50% of the cost, and because my dentist is in network, they negotiate the cost down. The dentures that I currently have were just a smidge over $2,000 an arch, but because my dentist is in network, my insurance company negotiated that cost down and to almost half the cost. I want to say it was about $890 per arch versus $2,000 per arch, so I only paid $890 plus the $550 lab fee. So I'm glad that my dentist is still in network, and also that they still work with a lab that does the type of dentures that I have, and I won't have to pay a huge amount out of pocket because I have really good insurance. I have GEHA because my husband retired from a federal job. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go. Hopefully this helps, because I know a lot of times people ask, do I still have to see a dentist? Is it necessary? Because I don't have teeth. And yes, it is still very important to still see your dentist on an annual basis, because no teeth does not equal no dentist. I'm going to go ahead and go, and I'll talk to you later.